do you would have been interested in knowing about positions in the culinary, like, for students coming out of culinary school, what can we
expect or see?
Well, I mean, the structure in the kitchen, I mentioned the 2 leaders.
Yeah.
So then we have, on the management side, there are sous chefs. And, we have a senior sous chef in both the restaurant area and in the banquet area. We have pastry chef position that oversees that. We have one of the senior sous chefs oversees garde manger, which is cold production. And then we have a second restaurant chef that works with Chef Aaron in the restaurant on the PM shift with dinners and private events and whatnot. There'll be an executive steward that oversees all of the equipment and sanitation, also another big part. And then you have supervisors that actually run the shifts for each kitchen or outlet, including banquets. And then production in a property like this includes things like the associate cafeteria, because we feed everyone every day, that type of thing. And then the hourly positions, again, there are line cooks, there are production, personnel in all kitchens, whether it be pastry, garde manger, hot prep, cold prep, whatever. And again, in terms of looking for opportunities, again, it kind of depends on, what you're looking to do. A lot of times, if you're coming out of school, one of the things, that if you're looking to get into management, then it's, there's, then we're looking at the resume and practical experience, and where have you worked and cooked, and, what does that look like? Otherwise, getting in and getting into, one of the kitchens in one of the line positions is probably the entry level spot.
Yeah.
But again, there is some prerequisite for prior experience. We've had individuals who, with no practical experience, and that's to walk into an operation and to produce is very difficult.
Yeah.
So, one has to be pretty well versed in, the basics.
Yeah.
But, once you're on board, then it's, dependent on, what you want to do, what kind of, do you want to just, stay at a certain level? Do you want to progress or learn? And again, what we see is those that want to make culinary their career, they often move around to gain experience, and that's to learn different cuisines, different types of, work environments, like, restaurants and catering. And good restaurant people aren't necessarily good catering people, and there's a difference in volume and production size, and, producing a dinner for 3,000 people is a lot different than cooking dinner in a restaurant for 2s and 4 times, so there's just a whole different kind of a skill set, and not everyone wants to do 3,000 people. Some people want to do the more intricate kind of fun stuff. So it kind of depends on what you're looking to do. That help a little bit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
I just throw one out there, like, maybe a biggest flop, something that absolutely doesn't work, whether it be here or another place on the waterfront in food and beverage. Like maybe introduce something, a trend that was too early, too late, missed opportunities, or
I don't think I could, for us, I couldn't think that we've done that. I'm just being honest with you. I think, we've got to be very careful in our business to not let that happen. I think there's trends that, there may be particular cuisines that catch on, or, that might be popular for, things that are trendy and fatty, I think we try to stay away from. I mean, we try to, you want to have a core concept. And I think that's probably the other thing I would tell you is that, like for a Marina Kitchen, for example, we wrote a concept brief, and what are we? And, we stay true to that. So if Chef Aaron comes to me and says, I want to do XYZ for dinner tonight, and it doesn't fit the concept, we don't do it. You know what I mean? So in other words, we're not having spaghetti and meatballs in the restaurant, because we're not Italian. Same at Tequila Bar. Tequila Bar is the menu is, the concept is Baja Cantina, south of the border. So yeah, you can get a burger, but it's a torta, that type of thing. So everything's got that twist on it.
Yeah.
And we stay true to that, You know, if somebody wants, you know, the Caesar salad, it's gonna have that south of the border flair. It's, you know, it's, so we stay true to those things. And where people get in trouble, frankly, honestly, is when they, try to become all things to everybody, like in a restaurant, and or they have a concept and they lose sight of that concept. And then the customers get confused, and the staff's like, well, what are we? Well, we know what we are, and we're not, you know, we can evolve and change, but we want to make sure that we stay true to our vision, and that's really important. And in the hotels in particular, that is very dangerous, because as team members come and go,
Yeah.
transfer, move, or whatever, you know, if the next chef that comes in wants to make Marina Kitchen an Asian restaurant, well, I'm not going to let that happen. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, so you have to have some continuity, and you can grow and evolve, but grow and evolve within a concept that you feel comfortable with and
Yeah.
that you can promote.